Solid Mind here, and today we're gonna watch YouTube together. All right, that's my channel. We watch what I want to watch, and let's go. So today we're gonna be looking at how to remove a cassette. Simple as that. Should I give you a little story time actually before I press play? Why that's important to me. So I bought a mountain bike recently, but I bought it with problems. The main reason I did is I knew that it would cost me more to fix the problem and buy the bike than to just buy a bike that has no problems, because the parts I've spent alone are about the same value as getting a pretty decent bike. But I like the challenge. I like fixing broken things. And anyway, so on my bike, the derailleur is fine. It's the cassette that's skipping. So let me see how to remove this, because I need to fix it. I have the tools with me. I gotta fix the bike. If you want to see me service my bike, let me know. If this video gets 10 likes, 10 within a week, I will show you how I service my bike. If not, then you will never know. Let's go.
How easy it is to remove a freewheel. Let's get to it. To remove and install the freewheel, you're going to need a few tools. One is a chain whip, and then a specialty remover tool that will be specific to your style of freewheel. I'll put some links below to all the different models. This particular one works on...
Yeah, I already bought this and the chain whip. I have a toolbox already, but let's see.
All of my freewheels, it's a 12 spline, but they also make several different spline versions along with some notch versions. So you're going to want to check which one will work for your style of.
I find that on these types of tools, getting like universal general stuff will basically work. I always tend to go for cheap and cheerful if it's going to be a one-time use situation. If it's going to be more long-term, then go for the expensive one. Mine costs around £10, so what's that like? A kebab? It's nothing really for a tool to fix my bike. And that's the tool, not the parts. But not the bike parts, but the bike tools. So it adds up. You get this for 10, you get that for 20, you get that for 30, then boom, it adds up. But yeah, I have this already, so I might give it a go after this video.
Freewheel before you go and purchase a tool. You'll also need a 21mm wrench and then some grease whenever we go to reinstall it. Now a freewheel is going to be significantly...
I bought some grease. It's coming the next couple of days, so when that comes I will make sure that it's lubed up nicely.
Different than a cassette. Most modern bikes will use a cassette. Most older bikes or less expensive bikes will use a freewheel. Freewheels will generally come all the way up to a 9-speed, but a lot of times you'll see them in 6, 7, and 8-speed. One of the main differences of a cassette versus a freewheel is the freewheel has the bearings built inside of it.
Yeah, so this is a thing that I found out recently around cassettes and freewheels, and my mountain bike has a cassette. A cassette is where, here are some, what do you call these, Biscoff biscuits, right? So a cassette, it will be where you can remove basically each layer of it, so that when you unscrew them, each layer can come out basically. Whereas a freewheel, they're like glued together, so when you remove it, they all come out together. So that's some Biscoff fun right there for you. Let's continue.
Instead of it sliding onto the free hub, this will actually thread onto the wheel. So let's go ahead and let's show you guys how this will actually remove, and then we can reinstall it. The first thing you're going to want to do is remove the end of the quick release. Now once you've got that off...
Yeah, it's also called a through axle, the bolt in the middle. So
there, you may keep the end of the quick release handy where you can get to it. Then you're going to take your freewheel tool and you can slide it on there. And then if you need to, if your freewheel tool is small, you can actually thread this back on and it will hold that on there. However,
don't do that. Don't. Because when you twist it, it actually pulls out a tiny little bit. So it might actually start stripping the bolt if you put it back. So I guess it's meant to just loosen. Anyway, what do I know? I'm not a mechanic.
with this particular one, there's no need for that. It sits pretty deep inside the freewheel, holds on really well, so I'm not worried about it falling off. So I will fully remove the quick release from the bike. The next thing we're going to get is our wrench, and then we're going to try to remove it. Now sometimes these can be very, very tricky to remove, especially on older bikes, and you may need to get some sort of like...
He's still talking. I need to skip a little bit. Okay, so he's put it on the ground now.
We've got our wheel down on the ground where it's much easier to work with. We've got our freewheel tool remover installed in the freewheel. We can take our 21 millimeter wrench. I like this particular one because...
Okay, my goodness. I'll be nice. This video could have been literally 1 minute long. He's just spent 10 minutes talking about how to put the socket inside the middle of the wheel. I would use like a vice grip or like a vice clamp or like a pliers or something to just twist it out. You don't have to use this exact tool. For me, if it works, use it.
This actually fits.
Actually, I have a breaker bar for my car. And the inside of this is the exact same diameter as the breaker bar tool that connects to the nuts when it comes to taking the tire off. So if you take the breaker bar apart, there's like a square at the end. Can I have it? I can't find it. So use that, break it, and then go from there. Or break this.
And the closed end, and it feels really secure whenever I'm going to remove this. Now just remember whenever you go to remove this that it is pretty tight. Even though this one was new, freewheel is wheel and there's no saving it. And there we go, it is full to be able to pull them off.
Okay, in most bikes you can't just do that. You have to get the chain whip, which you hold with your other hand, because the cassette will want to move as you pull back. So the whole point is you hold the cassette or the freewheel with the chain whip, which is, where is it? This thing. You put it there and you hold it, and then you pull the rest back. Anyway, thanks for watching. I had to get a video out, so this is the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.